Every year, wine critics publish their top list. And this year, I have something better for you. This channel has become one of my favorite places online. Your comments, your questions, your stories, your likes. It's genuinely the warmest, the smartest little wine community I could wish for. When I asked in the YouTube community tab what you wanted next, you voted for my wines of the year, but with a twist. Not just fantasy bottles you'll never buy, but real alternatives you can actually afford. So in this video, I'll share the bottles that genuinely stopped me in 2025. Some of them the $500-600 range, and for each one, I'll give you a second one in a similar style at around $30 to $70. And because I don't want you to take my word for it, I put one of the bottles through a real, non-nonsense taste test later in this episode to see how it really performs in the glass. By the way, if you've ever wanted to taste that top sommelier wine feeling without spending top sommelier money, watch this one until the end. And while you're here, you can also download my free vintage chart. The link is below, so you always know which years are worth chasing and which ones are to skip. My name is Anya Gariboldi. I'm a professional sommelier, wine educator, and Diploma WSET graduate. If you want to feel confident in front of the wine shelf, no snobbery, no nonsense, just clear explanations, subscribe and stay with me until the end. Vega Sicilia is the estate that puts Spanish Tempranillo on the global fine wine map. Único is their flagship, mostly Tinto Fino, that's how they locally call Tempranillo, from Ribera del Duero with a little Cabernet, wild yeast fermentation in wood, and roughly 10 years of aging before release. About 6 years in mix of barrels, another 4 in the bottle. The 2009 is classic Único, black cherry, blueberry, plum, cedar, tobacco, earthy spice. The tannins are long and architectural. The wine feels powerful but controlled, and the finish goes on and on. You can drink it now or happily forget in the cellar for another decade. This is Tempranillo at its grandest. If you're enjoying this deep dive into iconic wines, don't forget to hit like or subscribe. It really helps me to keep making content like this. If you want the mature Spanish Tempranillo experience without the $500 price tag, pour Urbina Grand Reserva Especial 2004, around $65. Urbina is a traditional family estate in Rioja Alta that specializes in long-aged Tempranillo. The 2004 Grand Reserva Especial is fully evolved today and shows everything people love about classic old-school Rioja. Red and black fruit, leather, cedar, cigar box, dried herbs, a touch of balsamic, and a little undergrowth and mushroom. You don't have to age it yourself. The winery has already done the slow work in oak and bottle. You get depth, perfume, and the gentle savory complexity of mature Tempranillo at around 1/7 of the price of Único. It's a brilliant way to train your palate on aged Spanish reds before you ever touch the icons. Clos Rojar, Les Baux, Saumur Champigny, 2009, around $500. Clos Rojar is a cold Loire in a bottle, tiny estate, old vines, organic long before it was fashionable, native East, long-aging Cabernet Franc that managed to outshine Top Bordeaux in blind tasting more than once. Les Baux 2009 is concentrated and deep, but never heavy. Black currant, violent, fresh tobacco, damp earth, graphite. The tannins are famously silky, the structure is serious, and the wine still has years of life ahead of it. It's one of those bottles that explain why Loire Cabernet Franc has such a fanatical following and why people are willing to pay these prices. If you want far more realistic way into that world, look for Fabien Deveux, Saumur Champigny, Chassé, Le Haut Feu 2020, around $35. Le Haut Feu comes from one of the top limestone hillsides in Saumur Champigny, exactly the kind of tuffeau-based terroir that made estates like Clos Rojar famous. Fabien Deveux farms organically, harvests by hand, and ferments with native yeast. The whole philosophy is about purity and finesse. In the glass, you get floral, precise Cabernet Franc, bright red and dark cherries, the smoky mineral tension from limestone, and fine silky tannins that feel far more expressive than the price. It's fresh, elegant, and very drinkable now, but with enough structure to age. It's the kind of bottle Loire insiders open when they don't feel like sacrificing a $500 Rojar. Bouchard, Perefil, Chevalier-montrachet Grand Cru 2018, around $600. Chevalier-montrachet from Bouchard is white Burgundy with full Grand Cru authority. I bought the bottle at the Domain in Burgundy, a little Chardonnay pilgrimage, and later opened it with friends in Milan. It was one of those wines that quietly stopped the conversation. White peach, merry lemon, oyster shell, acacia blossom on the nose, On the palate, laser-cut structure, chalky minerality, perfectly judged oaked and a long, slightly saline finish. It's powerful, yet weightless, and shows exactly why people say Grand Cru prices. If you want that Burgundian silhouette at a much friendlier level, look for Paul Latour, Le Souvenir Sierra Madre Vineyard Chardonnay 2021, around $70. Paul Latour approaches Chardonnay with a Burgundian mindset, precision, restrained minerality, and purity. The cool Sierra Madre side gives him the freshness and structure to do it. It's not a caricature of California, it's very much Chardonnay, built on tension and balance. Ripe pear, white nectarine, jasmine, and toasted almond on the nose. On the palate, you get creamy texture, but with real lime, lemon curd, a touch of vanilla, and fine chalky minerality in the finish. I actually confused this wine with Puligny-Montrachet in a blind tasting, which for someone who lives half of their life in Burgundy, it's not something I admit lightly. If you are curious why top white Burgundy is so addictive, but you are not ready to drop $600, this is one of the smartest bottles you can buy. And maybe the second smartest move, hitting subscribe. I know for sure that the one decision that always pays off, so subscribe right now. Le Macchiori Missouri Toscana IGT 2005, around $225. Missouri is one of the key modern Merlots of Tuscany. The Macchioli was among the first Bulgari estates to bet seriously on Merlot, treating it with the same ambition as the top Super Tuscan. Low yields, long maceration, new oak, and a very clear stylistic target. The 2005 vintage has settled into a beautiful place. Dark berries, blueberry and blackberry, floral notes, spice, all wrapped in a structure that's firm but polished. It's rich without being heavy, Mediterranean but refined, a wine that comfortably sits next to classic European reds in structure and complexity. If you want a serious age-worthy Merlot that doesn't require a three-figure budget, open Leonetti Stella Merlot 2010 Walla Walla Valley, around $80. Leonetti is one of Washington State's references estates. Founded in the 1970s, long before Walla Walla became fashionable, they've been making thoughtful, structured Merlot for decades. The 2010 is 100% Merlot, aged in French oak. In the glass, you get black plum, black cherry, black violet, warm spice, and a little earth and mocha. The tannins are velvety, the meat palate plush and focused. The acidity keeps everything lifted. It delivers the richness, depth, and length you expect from prestige Merlot at a price that in many traditional regions would barely get you in the door. Château de Beaucastel, Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Roussanne, Vielvin 2016, around $200. Beaucastel's Roussanne Vielvin is one of the iconic white wines of the Rhône and honestly one of the most respected wines in France. Old vine Roussanne from a tiny parcel of vines over 100 years old made by a historic biodynamic estate. The 2016 vintage is especially admired. Acacia pear, biwax, toasted almond, saffron, laid over a dense but incredibly precise palate. It's opulent but not heavy, deep but not blurry, and ages in a way that can feel almost heritage-like after a decade or two. This is Rhône answer to the idea of monumental white. If you want to explore white Châteauneuf-du-Pape without committing to a collector bottle, try Clos de l'Oitois de Pape Châteauneuf-du-Pape Blanc 2023, around $70 and later founded for about €35 in Italy. Now my public is gonna think that I actually stole it from the store because they forgot to take the tar off. I didn't steal it, I paid for it. €35, so please. Clos de l'Oitois de Pape is a historic estate with refreshed, very polished approach to white wine making. Their Blanc is a blend of Roussanne, Grenache Blanc, Claret, and Bourbon, and it leans toward finesse rather than sheer weight. Ripe peach, melon, citrus oil, white flowers, fennel, and crushed stone on the nose. The palate is smooth and rounded, with a clean saline finish and a surprisingly refined texture for the price. The cooler 2023 vintage gave extra tension and aromatic purity, so the wine feels bright as well as generous. If Beaucastel's Roussanne is the monumental age-worthy white, Clos de l'Oitois offers a more mineral, lifted, immediately drinkable take on the style, and it's exactly the kind of bottle I'm happy to recommend for a festive table now. Chateau Belfond-Belsier Saint-Emilion Grand Cru 2018, around $100. Chateau Belfond-Belsier is one of Saint-Emilion quiet aristocrats. Beautiful limestone amphitrite vineyard, serious recent investment, and a style that's moved from underrated to very much on the radar. It's the kind of estate that doesn't shout, but once you taste it, You remember it. I bought the case directly at the chateau during a work trip to Bordeaux. I almost never buy French wine in Italy. I prefer to taste the wines at the source, speak with the estate, feel the architecture, the vineyard slopes, the historical atmosphere, and then bring that memory back home. Today, I've decided to open the gen so we can taste it together. On the nose, 2018 Belfond Belsier opens with dark berry fruit lifted by that clean limestone clarity. There's precision here, blackberry, plum skin, and a subtle mineral that immediately signals the Saint-Emilion roots. On the palate, it's supple yet structured. You get ripe plum, gentle spice, and finely shaped tannins. The texture is silky but firm, nothing exaggerated, everything is in balance. Feels composed and modern with all the elements in proportion, exactly what you want from a contemporary Grand Cru classé. The finish is long, fresh, and quietly confident, carrying that limestone age through the end. It's both deep and refined, capturing the character of the terroir with real precision. In short, the 2018 Belfond Belsier delivers both depth and refinement, capturing the full character of its terroir with admirable precision. For me, opening this bottle is a small monument of connection with that place. The limestone underfoot, the quiet in the cellar, the sense of heritage that always accompanies the best Saint-Emilion estates. If you want a proper right band experience at a much softer price, or Chateau La Patache, Pomerol 2018, around $75. La Patache is a proof that Pomerol still has estates delivering real character at accessible prices. It's benefited from the same team that revitalized Belfond Belsier, so the attention to viticulture and elevage is far above what you'd normally expect at this level. The 2018 shows classic Pomerol trace, velvety Merlot tannins, dark plum, and black fruit, a touch of truffle, warm spice, all in that polished, subtle texture. It's generous and immediately enjoyable, but with enough structure to keep it from feeling simple. If Belfond Belsier is the bottle you buy to mark a trip or lay down for a few years, La Patache is the wine you can open on the weeknight and still feel you are drinking something genuinely tied to its place. So these are the wines that defined my year. 6 iconic bottles that any sommelier would be thrilled to pour, and 6 smart alternatives that let you explore the same ideas without luxury label prices. From around $600 at the top end, all the way down to roughly $30 to $70. If you want a simple guide to match bottles with the right years, check my free vintage chart. The link is just below this video. Tell me in the comments which pair you'd most like to taste side by side, and if you're already tried any of this, I really want to know your thought. If you enjoy this icon versus smart alternative format, let me know as well. I can easily do a red-only version or the same with sparkling Burgundy Rioja, you name it. And if you haven't yet, give this video a like and subscribe. It helps this little wine community grow far more than you think. Cheers, and see you in the next one.